start our story in the historic town of Norfolk, Connecticut. Here the railroad built a short 50-foot tunnel underneath the Greenwoods Turnpike to avoid the town's green and Civil War monuments. These ornamental railings are all that remain of that tunnel. Completed in 1898, this granite depot, now a coffee shop, replaced the original wooden Connecticut Western Depot. This view of Haystack Mountain is from the Norfolk station. Today we'll be starting in West Norfolk, behind that mountain, and working our way east, back to town. We're here at the Haystack, or West Norfolk station site. Behind us is Ashpatag Road. The arrangement here has changed quite a bit since the railroad, but generally speaking, the railroad went straight across the road here, where that car is coming from, and on the other end, the railroad went in this direction. In this area was the original station site, along with a water tower. We see what is a pipe and some concrete work over there. There was also a water tank over here, so it's possible that that might be just a little dam to create some flow for the water tank. This is the third episode in the Billings Trail Central New England Railroad series. In the previous episodes, we covered Summit east of Norfolk and the Stoney Lonesome area west of here. If you're interested in seeing those videos, I'll leave a link above and at the end of this video. In today's episode, we return to Stoney Lonesome to explore a historic train wreck and work our way around Haystack Mountain to the town of Norfolk. It's 1882, and you're the engineer on the eastbound milk train, and you're coming along the tracks here. And you imagine this, you are seeing a 5-ton boulder roll down the mountain, and it strikes your train. The engine is knocked off the tracks here and goes 75 feet down into the valley here. The engineer stays with the train and comes away with only scratches. The brakeman jumps from the train and comes away not seriously harmed. This is 1882. This area here is about a mile from the station, West Norfolk. Up on the rocks over here is where they put a piece of solid steel pipe into the rocks to haul the locomotive up the side. It took them 2 weeks and 2 attempts to bring the locomotive back up to the track level. This is the remains of the 5-ton boulder here. They actually had to split it up to get it off the tracks. And if you look in this area and we go straight up, that rock right there has a metal pipe sticking out of it. We're going to work our way up there. It's about 50 feet from the right of way. The hillside here is very steep and difficult to climb up. As you can see, we're getting closer to the rock here. And looking down, back down on the right of way over there. Here it is. This is a very solid iron rod. If you're interested in where the rod is located, check out the All Trails link in the description below. Now we'll return to the parking lot and head east. So we just walked a short distance on Ashpatag Road, and we can see here that the right-of-way diverges from the road, which was obviously widened after the railroad was removed. Down where my car is where West Haystack Station was. So what we're going to do is we're going to head east around Haystack Mountain, and we're going to work our way towards Norfolk. We're still right alongside Ashpatag Road here, but you can see that the right-of-way widens here. This was once the location of a passing siding. This section of the railroad bed from Ashpatag Road to North Street is owned by the state and is within the boundaries of Haystack Mountain State Park. It looks to me like the right-of-way here is narrowing, and that means that we're at the end of the siding. And we're not too far from where those logs were stacked. It looks like there's been some maintenance done here. I don't believe this is original railroad work, but maybe the area is washed out and now we can get through here. It doesn't look like it was a big brook to begin with. Considering all the cuts and fills the railroad construction crew dealt with at Stoney Lonesome, they must have really enjoyed working this section. very long stretch of straight track here. I don't suppose there's much straight track out here in the hills of northwestern Connecticut, but this looks like it's at least a half a mile long. What we've come upon here is some wood, a square post. Let's go check it out. But it's still relatively strong. And you can tell, if you look at the corner here, this corner is beveled. I don't know if you can see that, but this corner is beveled and it straightens out there near the ground. So, and it stops here. So this was definitely a manufactured post of sorts. All right, we are definitely in beaver territory. Look at all these trees chewed off here, here, and here. All right, we are literally standing on the beaver dam here. Just ahead we can see the embankment for North Street, Route 272. Not too far from here on our left would have been a siding for granite loading. So this brings us out to Route 272. See if we can find any obvious re-entry points here. This section of the trail between North Street and the flood control dam is owned by the Norfolk Land Trust. This could be ugly in the summer with wet feet, bugs, etc. But in the winter, it's not really a bad walk at all. This post likely supported a telltale, like the one in the diagram on the left. They were used to warn brakemen, who at the time walked on top of moving trains adjusting the brakes, to duck for an overhead obstruction. Looks like we're coming to a dam up ahead. This time it's not a beaver dam, it's a man-made dam. We're now entering state of Connecticut flood control land. We have an animal, don't want to scare it, but it looks like we have a porcupine right there underneath the rock. Yep, he's coming out now. There he goes. We're now on a dam. This railroad bridge is a little bit wider than a single track. It's hard to read, but that says 1911. So the trail dumps us out on another, looks like a flood control dam here as well. I think we see Route 272 over there. Haystack is like the Mona Lisa, no matter where you go. It's looking at you. There's Haystack over there, still following us. We got a bench. It says Glenn loved this place. The way here continues to be double wide. We just passed this. We're just passing a concrete culvert with a lot of ice coming out of it. It widens because the Brown Company was here. They had a siding. And it also started to see some houses and a car, for that matter. In this 1912 image of the Brown Company, we see the main track, passing siding, and two spur tracks. At this point, the right-of-way continues ahead into private property and developed areas. And to our right is the Brown Company. And that right there is the siding for the Brown Company. I expect we are here at the remains of the Brown Company. Standing on the side track here for Brown and Company. We're going to take a walk down there and take a look at the buildings, but you can see there's still some remains here. Something, probably coal, was brought in here and fed down through the buildings over here. Here past the coal unloader, if that's what it was, Some more foundations of the Brown Company. Here we see some stone work of the old Brown Company all the way along through here. And up there on the hillside would have been the coal unloader, and this flat spot here was probably also a railroad track. I think they had 2 tracks. Of course, we're about to come out in somebody's backyard now. Corner right of the Brown Company. More buildings would have been located in this area. Down here we see what may have been a cistern for the roof of the Brown Company. So that field area would have been the right of way. It would run behind this brown building and probably through the left side of that green building, which may have been extended onto the right of way. Just ahead is a road. That area out here would have been a railroad. So we're pretty much in Norfolk. We're going to turn around, head back to West Norfolk. Special thanks to my friend Bob Beletsky for his help on this and other videos in the series. You can learn more about Connecticut's railroads on his website, Tyler City Station. I'll put a link in the description below.